dive into the profound wisdom of Neville Goddard, who once said, "Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Revalue yourself, and they will confirm the change." In the next 20 minutes, we'll be venturing through the teachings of this remarkable man, Neville Goddard. A philosopher, a teacher, and a guide, Goddard's insights have the potential to transform our perceptions and understanding of self and reality. His teachings, though rooted in the mid-20th century, hold a timeless appeal that continues to inspire and enlighten even today. The teachings of Goddard, like a well-woven tapestry, intertwine the threads of spirituality, personal growth, and the power of thought. They challenge us to question our beliefs, to alter our perspectives, and to embrace a new way of living, a life where we are not mere spectators but active creators of our reality. In this video, we'll delve into Goddard's teachings in an engaging storytelling format. We'll explore his foundational principle, the law, which emphasizes the power of imagination in shaping our world. We'll then move on to the promise, Goddard's ultimate revelation about the nature of existence. We'll also discuss living in the end, a concept that speaks to the art of manifestation. And finally, we'll look at revision, a powerful tool Goddard proposed to alter past events. Throughout this journey, we won't just be sharing information, but we'll be inviting you to engage, reflect, and perhaps even change. For as Goddard so eloquently put, the changes which take place in your life as a result of your changed concept of yourself always appear to the unenlightened to be the result, not of a change of your consciousness, but of chance, outer cause, or coincidence. So, are you ready to explore the depths of your mind and the essence of your being? Let's embark on this journey together. Neville's teachings revolve around a fundamental principle he referred to as the law. At the heart of Neville Goddard's teachings lies a profound yet simple principle known as the law. This is not a law in the conventional sense, but rather a metaphysical law that governs our reality. Goddard believed that the law is intimately connected to the human imagination, and that it is through this connection that we shape the world around us. Goddard's interpretation of the law is deeply rooted in the idea that our thoughts and beliefs have a direct and tangible impact on our reality. He saw the human mind not as a passive observer, but as an active participant in the creation of its own experiences. Every thought, every belief, every emotion we hold, according to Goddard, is a seed that, when planted in the fertile soil of the imagination, grows into the experiences and circumstances that make up our lives. Now, you might be wondering, how exactly does this work? Well, Goddard believed that our thoughts and feelings are like radio signals broadcasting into the universe. When we hold a belief or entertain a thought, we send out a specific frequency. This frequency in turn attracts events, people, and circumstances that are in tune with it. In other words, we draw into our lives whatever we focus our minds upon. Goddard's The Law, therefore, is not about wishing or hoping, but about understanding that we are the architects of our own reality. It's about recognizing that our inner world shapes our outer world. It's about realizing that the power to change our circumstances lies not in the external world, but within us. But how do we apply the law, you ask? Goddard suggested that we start by identifying what it is that we truly desire. Once we've done that, we should then create a mental image or scene that implies the fulfillment of that desire. We should immerse ourselves in this scene until it feels as real as our physical reality. And then, we should live as if our desire has already been fulfilled, trusting that the law will make it so. It's important to note that Goddard's The Law isn't about bending the world to our will. It's about aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life and understanding that we are co-creators with the universe, not separate from it. It's about realizing that the power to shape our lives lies within us, and that we can use this power to create a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. As Neville said, the world is yourself pushed out. Ask yourself what you want and then give it to yourself. Do not question how it will come about. Just go your way knowing that the evidence of what you have done must appear, and it will. Another cornerstone of Goddard's teachings is the promise. This profound concept is not just a mere pledge or assurance, but rather, it signifies a spiritual awakening, a transformative revelation that Goddard believed every individual would experience in their journey of life. The promise, in Goddard's perspective, is the grand unveiling of our divine nature, the sacred realization of our inner divinity that transcends the physical world. Goddard's teachings emphasize that this spiritual awakening is not a destination we reach, but a journey we undertake. It's a continuous process of self-discovery and self-realization, a voyage into the deepest realms of our consciousness, where we encounter our true selves. This journey is not linear, but rather it's a spiral, leading us deeper and deeper into our divine nature, each turn revealing a new aspect of our infinite self. Goddard describes this spiritual awakening as a transformational experience that changes our perception of reality. It lifts the veil of illusion, allowing us to see beyond the physical world and perceive the divine essence that permeates everything. This awakening, according to Goddard, is not a sudden or dramatic event, but a gradual unfolding, a gentle blossoming of our divine nature. The promise, as Goddard explains, is not about gaining new knowledge or acquiring new skills. It's not about becoming someone else, but about realizing who we truly are. It's about discovering our divine nature and embracing it fully. It's about recognizing that we are not separate from the divine, but we are the divine, experiencing itself through us. This profound realization, Goddard believes, is the key to living a fulfilled life. When we awaken to our divine nature, we transcend our limitations, we break free from our self-imposed boundaries, and we step into a realm of infinite possibilities. We realize that we are not victims of circumstances, but creators of our reality. We understand that we have the power to shape our destiny, to manifest our desires, and to live our dreams. Goddard's teachings on the promise urge us to embrace our divinity, to honor our spiritual nature, and to live our lives from a place of love, peace, and joy. They inspire us to shine our light brightly, to express our uniqueness fully, and to contribute our gifts generously. They encourage us to live authentically, to be true to ourselves, and to create a life that reflects our highest values and deepest aspirations. The promise, according to Goddard, is not an external reward that we receive, but an internal state that we realize. It's not about seeking the divine outside of us, but about discovering the divine within us. It's not about becoming divine, but about realizing that we are already divine. In Goddard's words, the promise is the unveiling of the infinite, eternal being that you are. Neville Goddard taught a unique method of manifestation called living in the end, a technique that encourages us to inhabit the reality of our dreams even before they manifest in our physical world. This method is not about wishful thinking or hoping for things to come. It's about a profound shift in perspective, about embracing the reality of our desires as already fulfilled. So how does one live in the end? It begins with a desire, a deep-seated longing that you yearn to see manifested in your life. It could be anything, a fulfilling career, a harmonious relationship, or even an inner state of peace and joy. The next step is to visualize this desire as already fulfilled. Picture it in your mind, not as a future event, but as something that exists in the present. The key here is to be as detailed as possible. If it's a job that you desire, imagine yourself sitting at your desk, feeling the weight of the pen in your hand, hearing the hum of the office around you. If it's peace, feel the serenity washing over you, the calmness in your heart, the tranquility in your mind. But visualization alone is not enough. To truly live in the end, you need to feel the emotions associated with your fulfilled desire. Goddard emphasized the importance of feeling because it's our emotions that give life to our visualizations. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, the peace that would accompany your fulfilled desire. Feel it in your bones, in every fiber of your being. Now you might wonder, why is it important to feel the fulfillment of our desires even before they manifest? The answer lies in the principle that Goddard often reiterated, that our outer world is a reflection of our inner state. By feeling the fulfillment of our desires, we align our inner state with the reality we wish to create. We send out vibrations that match our desired reality, and in doing so, we attract it towards us. But living in the end is not a one-time exercise. It's a state of being that we need to cultivate and maintain. It's about persisting in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, despite the apparent contradictions in our physical reality. It's about not being swayed by the evidence of our senses, but holding steadfast to our inner conviction. This, however, does not mean that we deny our current circumstances. Rather, we acknowledge them, but do not let them dictate our inner state. We understand that they are merely reflections of our past thoughts and feelings, and that by changing our inner state, we can change our outer circumstances. Living in the end is a journey, a process of aligning our inner world with our desired reality. It's about embodying the state of our fulfilled desire, about becoming the person we wish to be. It's about living from the reality of our dreams and not towards them. It's about understanding that the power to manifest our desires lies within us, in our ability to feel their fulfillment. This method may seem radical, even unrealistic to some, but countless individuals have attested to its efficacy. People from all walks of life have manifested their deepest desires by living in the end, by feeling their fulfillment. And you too can experience the magic of this technique. So, the next time you find yourself yearning for something, remember Goddard's words. Don't just wish for it, don't just hope for it. Live in the end. Feel the fulfillment of your desire, and watch as the universe rearranges itself to match your inner state. As Neville said, assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. Did you know that according to Neville Goddard, you have the power to alter past events? He called this technique revision. Now, at first glance, this might seem like a far-fetched notion. How can one possibly change something that has already occurred? But let's delve deeper into Goddard's teachings and unravel this fascinating concept. Neville Goddard, a profound spiritual teacher of the mid-20th century, believed firmly in the boundless power of the human imagination. To him, reality was not a fixed, unchangeable entity, but a flexible canvas that could be shaped and reshaped by our thoughts and beliefs. And this is where the idea of revision comes into play. In Goddard's view, revision is a process of mentally revisiting past events and altering them in our imagination. It's not about denying the facts or escaping reality, but about using our creative power to construct a new narrative, a new reality. It's about transforming the negative into positive, the sorrow into joy, the failure into success, all within the theater of our minds. Think about a past event that has left a deep imprint on your life, something that you wish had unfolded differently. Now imagine reliving that event, but this time, change the script. Visualize a different outcome, one that aligns with your desires and aspirations. Feel the emotions associated with this new narrative as if it were your actual reality. This, according to Goddard, is the essence of revision. But why do this, you might ask? What purpose does it serve to revisit and rewrite the past in our minds? Well, Goddard believed that our present and future are directly influenced by our past. If we carry forward a past filled with regret, sorrow, or failure, it tends to shape our present circumstances and future prospects. On the other hand, if we revise our past, replacing the negatives with positives, it can transform our present reality and open up a more desirable future. Imagine if you could look back on your life and see only victories, only joy, only fulfillment. How would that change your perception of yourself? How would it affect your confidence, your self-esteem, your outlook on life? This is the transformative power of revision. Goddard's revision technique is not just a mental exercise, but a tool for emotional healing and personal growth. It allows us to let go of past hurts and disappointments, to replace them with positive experiences and emotions. It frees us from the chains of regret and remorse, enabling us to move forward with a renewed sense of optimism and hope. It's important to remember, however, that revision is not about denying or running away from our past. It's about accepting it, learning from it, but also understanding that we are not bound by it. We have the power to redefine our past and, in doing so, reshape our present and future. As we embrace the practice of revision, we begin to realize that we are not mere spectators in the theater of life, but active participants, capable of reshaping our reality and steering our life in the direction of our dreams. In the end, it all comes down to our belief in the limitless power of our imagination. As Goddard once said, imagination is the real and eternal world of which this vegetable universe is but a faint shadow. So why not harness this power to create a past that empowers us, a present that delights us, and a future that inspires us? Neville Goddard said, "Change the past, and you change the present." So let's embrace the power of revision and transform our lives, one imagined past event at a time. As we wrap up our exploration of Neville Goddard's teachings, let's revisit the key insights we've gained. We started our journey by delving into the law, the bedrock of Goddard's teachings. He championed the belief that our imagination constructs our reality. This tenet, so simple yet so profound, serves as a compass guiding us toward the realization that we are the architects of our own lives. We have the power to shape our world, fashioning it according to our desires and aspirations. We then moved on to the promise Goddard's ultimate revelation. This spiritual awakening is the realization of the divine within us. It's an inner transformation where we recognize our divine nature and our oneness with all that is. Remember, Goddard believed that we are not separate from God, but rather, we are expressions of the divine. This realization has the potential to radically shift our perspective and alter our experience of life. Living in the end, the art of manifestation, was our next stop. Goddard's teachings urge us to live as if our desires have already been fulfilled. By doing so, we bring our dreams from the realm of imagination into the tangible world. The key here is to feel the joy, satisfaction, and gratitude as if what we desire is already ours. This feeling is the bridge that connects our imagination to our reality. Our journey then took us to revision, the power to alter past events. Goddard proposes that our past is not set in stone, it's malleable, subject to change through the power of imagination. By revising our past in our mind, we can rewrite our history, opening up new possibilities for our present and future. This is a powerful tool that can help liberate us from the shackles of past regrets or traumas. As we conclude, let's remember that Neville Goddard's teachings are not mere philosophies to be debated or dissected, but practical tools to be applied in our daily lives. They offer us a blueprint for personal transformation, a roadmap to manifesting our desires, and a guide to living a fulfilling and meaningful life. But it's crucial to understand that these teachings are not magical formulas or quick fixes. They require commitment, practice, and patience. The journey to personal transformation is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a process of exploring, experimenting, and experiencing. It's about cultivating a deep relationship with our imagination and our inner self. So, I encourage you as we close this chapter to open a new one. Begin experimenting with these teachings in your own life. Practice living in the end. Experiment with revision. Explore the law and the promise. See what happens when you embrace the belief that your imagination creates your reality. Remember, this journey is personal. It's about your growth, your transformation, and your fulfillment. There's no right or wrong way to go about it. What's important is to approach it with an open mind and a willing heart. It's about finding what resonates with you, what works for you. And as you embark on this journey, remember to be gentle with yourself. Change takes time. Transformation is a process. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your small victories and learn from your setbacks. Remember Goddard's words, imagination creates reality. Go forth and create your desired reality. You have the power to shape your world. So embrace it, own it, live it, and most importantly, enjoy the journey.